Welcome to your daily reading here at Soy la Medicina by Miracles Within Us. I am your host, Aku. I'm so grateful to be here with you today and to be sharing the message of today. Enjoy! Hola, mi gente. Welcome to Monday, July 6th. I hope you had a good weekend. I know there was a lot of different energies occurring as far as like things coming up to the surface, maybe some change of plans, some shifting. There may have been maybe some disagreements that could have occurred this weekend. And I hope you were able to really just be in the best and use whatever upset that did come up for you this weekend, that you were able to use it in a way that you are benefiting yourself. You're not just in this angry state, but you're doing something productive for yourself. It's like anger with purpose, and that seems to be a thing here, a theme I'm sort of noticing, this sort of like putting whatever you're going through, whatever's happening, to do it with purpose. We have the King of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles, King and Queen, okay, union. Two of Cups, which also talks about union, okay. And we have the Star and the Nine of Wands. I almost didn't see the Nine of Wands unless I lifted the Star. Wow, okay. All right. So I don't do much relationship readings as a collective. However, there seems to be some relation stuff happening. Now we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, which is like the masculine energy, and it's in its reverse. So it's like something's going on with the masculine energy or the masculine side of you, or the way that you kind of maneuver your everyday, right? Because a lot of the times the way that we handle our day is through the masculine, not so much through the feminine, right? Remember, the masculine is energy, is the doer energy. It's the protector. It's the one that does the more of the physicality. And the feminine energy is more of a receiver. Whatever you give, it then becomes multiplied, right? And so there's like these exchanges happening. All right, so let's see what we have. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles. You see this? I like this card. I like the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, again, Pentacles is that physical thing, but this is like being an artist, being the art, being the artist, and being the teacher. You're in three positions here, right? And the thing is, like, in certain environments, you are the art, meaning you're the one who is being the muse, right? Then there's the other times where you're the observer and you're the artist. You're the one creating something. You're the one behind the scenes, right? You're the one directing a modeling shoot or something, right? Like, you're the one saying, hey, I want this here and this there, right? Like, you're the product manager kind of experience. And then there is the teacher, right? And the teacher is the wise one. It's the one that I've been through this experience and let me give you what I have. And so underneath it all, it's kind of to look at in what environment are you what? Right? In which environment are you the wise one? Which one are you the artist? Which one are you the art itself, the one who's learning? Right? Because because that's underneath the deck. Underneath the deck is all about the unseen, and how but it plays a role into how you're making decisions and how you're navigating the day. So I feel like you knowing kind of your position actually helps you throughout the day, because there can also be like someone overstepping their role, right? Like maybe they're the student and they're trying to in the moment be the teacher, or maybe you're doing such. So this is like, as you become clear around where you are and being happy in each of those places. It's not like, oh, I'm the art, so I don't bring value. No, each part brings its own value and it's needed in this, right? Like in this picture, every part is needed. If the art was not there, the artist wouldn't have anything to draw and the teacher wouldn't have anything to direct, right? So you see how it all plays and it goes all different ways, right? So this is like recognizing your role and also acknowledging others as well. I feel like this is a day energetically to bring in acknowledgement of what you've done, acknowledgement and like praise. There's this need of that as well here with the King of Swords, right? The King of Swords, the swords is about the mind. It's about the way in which we use our words. It's the way how we see things and then put it in a way where we articulate it. With the King of Swords next to this Queen of Pentacles, right? This is a union. Even though they're different, they come from different suits, that's okay. That does not mean they're not a pair. However, the King of Swords was in reverse. So there's something about the mind, and then the Pentacles is about the doing, right? I think it's today the mind might try to override the doing. It's like, I'm tired or I have a headache. Like, I woke up this morning with a headache, right? And I was like, okay, what do I need to do to feel better? Right? Instead of being upset that I have a headache, right? It's like, okay, what do I need to do to feel better now? And how do I prepare myself so I don't wake up with a headache tomorrow, right? Going to bed earlier would be the thing I would need for tonight to put into place. And this morning was to take a little bit of my time, drink some water, let myself wake up, not rush into the day, even though I still am tight on time, right? So there is this like needing to see what's in front of you and handling it, just handling it without bringing in so much upset. Okay. um that is important so that you know where you stand, because if you then are upset all the time, like today is not the day to really be upset. Today is a day to kind of try to see things a little bit different, right? With this Two of Cups, I love this. This is, here's my cup and here's my cup, right? They're both exchanging their cups and looking into each other's cups and honoring and appreciating, oh, I see your life was this way and my life was that way. And overhead, there's like this lion head with wings, right? So I feel like even though this is a daily reading, I feel like in Leo time, like whatever you're doing today energetically, right? How you put in the energy today, that will play out in the time of the Leo season, right? And for Lion's Gate, which is the 8-8, right? And so there's something along those lines of seeing this union and taking care of each other as well. With the Star card, was this is the only major arcana card and it came up in reverse. The Star is all about I'm bringing in a balance. I am the light at the night sky, and the only way you see me is when it's night outside, right? And so there is like this revealing of the self in the night, and the night is representing the wound, in the dark spaces, when you're alone, when you are just with you, excuse me, when you are just with yourself, how are you talking to yourself? How are you thinking around, what are you thinking about your everyday life when you're alone? Are you proud of what you've been doing, or are you like, oh, this isn't working, that isn't working? It's not to judge it, it's to see. Because if you find yourself like, this isn't working, that isn't working, oh, I feel like this, then there's a need for you to see that your spirit is calling for something different. Something different is being called for you, right? And this is the time for you to, in that lone time, to shine the light on it so that you can see what to do. Right after that, the card I did not see that was under the star is the Nine of Wands. And you see this? She's ready to defend what's hers. She's built a wall of wands. Okay. And wands represent the fire, the spirit. So this is like, I got my spirit team, right? I'm ready for what comes my way, recognizing that I need to have a strong foundation, right? Where I am being now called to move into, which I might be afraid of because of the star in reverse. Is like, I know I need to speak more, I need to do something, and it's going to require me to change up a lot of things of how I run my life, how I make decisions, how I navigate the world, how I have relationships with others. There is like this maturing, but also there's a fear that comes with it. And what's giving you strength is building your spirit, right? And remembering that you have your spirit team with you, right? There's this need to recognize today is about looking at what I have, sharing my wisdom, appreciation, and knowledge with those around me, and being mindful of my words, because the King of Swords energy in reverse, I'm not too crazy about that one in reverse. I would, and the star, I would like them both to be in the upright. However, they are showing how they need to show so that we can see the full story of what it is, right? The Queen of Pentacles energy that I'm sensing here with this Queen of Pentacles is, you see this? Like, she seems real, she's focused on her coin. She's not distracted on anything else. She's not caring to be looked at. She's focused on what's important, right? Which is, it's important right now that my outside world reflects my inner world. And that's where the queen and the star are having a conversation. And that's what I'm feeling here, especially with the Two of Cups, like in between those two, right? Like, let me show you. Right? It's like she's focused on her pentacle. Then we move into the Two of Cups, which is like sharing your wisdom, sharing yourself with others. And then we move into the Star card, which is talking about being the light in the night sky, right? And it was in reverse. So there's this need to excuse me, my voice, right? It's trying to right? There's this need to bring that equilibrium of the self with, to turn around this star so that it could be in its upright, right? This King of Swords is like, I need to watch out my words. I need to figure out some ways to express myself where I'm not being confusing and that I am feeling strong, because it's like the words don't come out right. And that's what you sort of have to recognize. You might be tripping over your words today. And the way that you handle it will determine how the rest of the day goes, right? Like, let's say you start tripping on words and you get mad at yourself. Guess what's going to be the rest of your day? A whole bunch of getting upset at yourself, right? And getting upset at others. But if you realize, oh, I keep tripping up on my words, let me take a moment, reflect, look at my pentacle, like the Queen of Pentacles, right? Still remembering I'm on my throne. Maybe I need to bring in some balance here, and take your time. And then you step into, now I could share, right? Or laugh about it, have humor about it, right? Know that you are divinely protected. That Nine of Wands is talking about, I'm here ready to defend, but I have all these wands, and the wands are representing like your ancestors, your spirit guides, right? Like your spirit, the prayers that you've put upon yourself of protection, right? And last week there was a lot of channeled invocations that I had in my readings. If you go back, you'll see there was a lot of channeled invocations and prayers around, I create a shield around myself, I'm divinely protected, and things like that, right? So all of that is still here, right? It's here. There's something to look forward to in the future based on what you're doing today, right? It's like based on some energy you're doing today, some realizations that come up to the surface, some truths that come up to the surface. Somebody might tell you something that at first may seem hurtful, but then you see, oh, actually, they're not trying to hurt me. They're trying to show me, trying to tell me something, and maybe they don't have the right words or how to say it. I could give grace as far as maybe they could have said it in a different way. However, what is the intention behind this? Right? What is the intention behind this? I want to pull a supporting card for this King of Swords. This King of Swords. What would you like to tell us? Ooh, we got the number 23 all tied up. Look at this. She is all tied up there. And this was in regards to getting some clarity around the King of Swords. There's something you're feeling you can't say or do right now, right? Maybe it's like, oh, I want to leave this job, or I want to move, or I need to leave this relationship, or I don't even know, but what's working right now isn't working. Like what I'm doing right now isn't working, but I can't see a way out. Take a breath, my friend. I am sorry that this is how you're feeling. Yet, I want you to know that you are the creator of your reality right now. You do have some energy, some power right now to do something, right? The tied up, that is an illusion right now for you. There are actually people who cannot do anything, right? They are, in situations where they really are tied up somehow. And right now, you need to see the blessings that you can remove that chain, that you can remove this rope that's around your body. This vine, for her, is like a plant vine, right? And it's like you have to get out of the, oh, I'm so good, I'm so great, right? I don't want to hurt no one's feelings. There's some truth that needs to be said. There's a truth that you need to say. And there's a way that you can say it that is not harmful. And so that's what I would say. Like, ask before you speak. Please guide my words as I speak this. May the person's ears receive what I am saying with truth and with humility and with grace, right? May they really understand what I am saying. And so may we then move into union and balance, because there's a need for that. This card was trying to not show up, but then show up. Financial constraints, number 13. It came up in reverse. However, I think it has something to do with like your everyday work situation. You are not wanting to be where you are anymore. And so right now is not the time to be like, oh, I'm going to leave and just run away kind of feeling. This is a time to start putting something into practice. It's like, okay, if this isn't for me, then what is? Do I need to go to school to learn more? Do I need to take a certificate? Do I need to start applying? Do I need to fix my resume? Do I need to start networking? Right? This is where you start to see the possibilities, right? Because the thing is, you're kind of stuck in this way of seeing things like, oh, like this helplessness. Yeah, ooh, I felt that so much right now. And it's like there's no need for you to have this helpless feeling right now, because you have support around you. Literally, you got this Nine of Wands, which is your divine protection around you, and you're also ready. You're ready for this new thing. That's why there's a little upset, because your spirit is like, you're ready. What else do you need? How, like, to start putting into place the things that need to happen. Okay. Let's see what else would like to be shared with us today. What else would like to be shared with us today? I'm not going to take these. I think it's just this one. We have the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel in reverse. Oh, I just had to do that exhale sigh, because how many ways can we feel restriction in our speaking today? Like, I just have to start laughing about this. And I feel it as well. Like, I feel like my tone is a little slower than usual, right? I woke up feeling not like my highest self, with a headache, feeling the need to sleep longer, but also recognizing I have responsibilities. And that's what this is talking about, right? This fifth chakra, the fifth chakra is right here. It's the throat. It is the way in which we use our words. It's the way in which we use our communication. This is how we communicate right now, right? It's through our words, right? It's through what we say and the word choices that we have. So I would invite you, because I see here this trumpet in the archangel's hand, Archangel Gabriel. I will call on Archangel Gabriel and allow yourself to open up to that, and also to put on some music, right? Even if it's just like, okay, I have 5 minutes, let me put one song, and I'm going to put a song that I know that helps me express my feelings, right? Sometimes I do like listening to songs that are seem a little nostalgic. Why? Because it allows me to express um a way, another way of expressing sort of that sadder feeling, but in a way where I feel heard and seen and recognized, right? So it might be like, it's not necessarily like listening to birds chirping. It's something that speaks to you, that opens your throat, that opens you up, that makes the heaviness feel lighter, right? And only you know what that is. But you can't come from it from a mind perspective, meaning, well, let me just put on, some good, spiritual songs. I don't know if that's necessarily it. It's a song. What I'm feeling is to listen or to play an instrument, to do something that you can disturb some of that lower vibrational energy, so it could come out, and then you can just release it. Okay? It's really important today that you be mindful of your words, right? And also recognize that you're going to interact with people. And some people are not aware of energies. They're not practicing with their spirit. They're not in connection. And you will have encounters with them. So you're going to encounter people kind of, ha, right? Like lashing out of nowhere, saying things out of nowhere. When you feel that energy coming towards you, I'm going to invite you to see it and hand it back. Be like, that was a lot of anger that you just try to put on me. I'm going to let you sit with your own words for a second. I'm going to let you sit in that for a second. I'm not going to respond to it in the way of anger. Yes, I will keep myself safe and protected, right? If you start cursing me out, I'm going to say, and let's say we're on the phone. If you continue saying these things, I'm just going to hang up the phone and we'll talk later, right? And then later you can address, that was disrespectful, that wasn't, I don't feel that you value me, right? But at the moment that heat is coming towards you is not the time to be like, you're disrespecting me and da 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 da, and I deserve. If you start going into that, you're fueling that negative energy coming towards you. And right now it's just coming. It's here. There are words that are just going to be said. There are things that are going to happen. Be mindful if you're driving today. Like, people are just going to be peopling, is what I call it. People are peopling, right? Like, and I know you get my drift on that, right? I'm going to burn a little more sage here. And I'm using the Dragon's Blood sage today. I felt called to use that one today. And now I know why. Because there's this, like, think of a dragon, that hot fire that comes out, right? And it could burn cities, right? It could burn things down, or it could light a fire in a cold place to keep us warm. How will you use this fire today? Like, the choice is yours. It could go either way here, right? Like, it could go either way, but know that if you do give yourself a moment to realize, I'm not tied up. I am the in control of my life. And yes, maybe I don't like things right now. I need to start looking at things so that I can start changing my world, right? If I'm not liking where I live, then it's time to start looking for new places, right? And I know what happens. Oh, well, everything's expensive. Let all of that go for a second and trust what you're feeling, right? And then put it out into the universe, because I feel like, again, with this Two of Cups, something in Leo time, right? So Leo time is right around the corner, right? Like, we're already midway Cancer, then comes Leo, right? Then comes Lionsgate, which is the 8-8, right? So just feel into the truth of, oh, isn't it 888 because 2026? No, that's not 8. That would have been cool if it was 888, but it's 88, right? And that's still powerful, and that's still abundant. Okay, so there is this truth of yourself. Know that underneath everything, as you know what position you play, it's gonna really support you at this time. When you know, am I the artist, am I the teacher? When you know what role you're playing in certain things, it's going to help you navigate through certain things. And maybe you've been the student and now the calling is for you to become the teacher. You have some wisdom to share. You have a different angle of sharing things that can help people. Maybe that is what you need to start working on, so that in the coming season, it starts to be available and an opportunity. But if you just sit in your anger right now, you're just going to create this longevity coming back to you of anger. when the Lionsgate energy comes, when 8/8 comes, when August 8th comes, what will you reflect on from today? Because whatever's happening today in these next few days is having some level of impact on the manifestation of the 8/8. And the 8/8 is about like breaking through the ceiling. It's miracles. It's the impossible possible. It brings that sort of energy. So right now, start planting those seeds. And remember, when you plant your seeds, they are planted in the dirt, which is in the dark. And at some moment, then it starts to sprout up, right? And you don't really know what's happening in that dirt when it's germinating and doing all those things, right? But you must trust that the star will start to reveal itself as the sky changes and shifts. All right, my friends, this was a beautiful, beautiful, and interesting reading. Be kind to yourself. Use kind words, at least to yourself, but also be truthful, right? If someone has been disrespecting you, this is a time for you to acknowledge it for yourself. This is not the day particularly to go fighting about it. You can mention it because I think we have Neptune in retrograde or something like that, which is like like what we've been holding back is we can no longer hold back. And the thing here is like you don't want it to be a mess. You want to share it in a way where it's productive for you so that you're moving into the Leo season, that fiery season, with direction, right? And Leo energy is really, it's really about the self, right? Leos, if you have any Leos, and you'll see that they're very into themselves, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It becomes a bad thing when they use that to manipulate others to get their way, and that they only care about themselves to the point where they don't care in whom they hurt. That's an imbalanced Leo energy. But a Leo teaches us how to put ourselves into consideration, and also valuing ourselves enough to say, I am worthy of this. And so that's what this is like as we move into that season, that starts to come up. Remember, we're still in Mercury retrograde. So things with communication go haywire. Like my GPS the other day was taking me in circles. And I was like, I had to stop for a second and said, wait, I know where I'm going. Let me go. Why am I letting the GPS get me going in circles when I know where I'm going? Right? So there's something around that too, where it's like, don't always rely on the outside source of things when you yourself know where you're going. You know that you are to do something good. You know that you're here to create something, right? Like the people in whom I connect with are individuals that break the ceiling, that are chain breakers. They're the outcast of their family, right? Like those are the ones I connect with because that is who I am as well, right? I'm the outsider. I'm the weird one, air quotes, right? Like I'm the one who questions things that people just continue to move forward in. And I'm like, that just doesn't seem fair. But this is just how we do it. So what? It isn't beneficial to anyone, right? Like it's time to think outside of the box. That's my energy, right? And I know people who encounter me also have that. We share that relationship, right? That dance of energy. And I know that if you're here, you share that dance with me. So you're not here to play the mundane life. You're here to be something and do something different and to create your own sort of rules, right? Like maybe you're raising children, but you're raising them so differently. You're raising them connected to the land. You're raising them to have respect and reverence towards the ancestral ways, right? You're raising them to let themselves discover their own identity and their own sexuality, right? And all of those things, right? So know that whatever way that you are doing your thing, yes, it's meeting against, all these rules or things, but that does don't let it be restrict you. Don't let it restrict you, okay? Know where you are and know that you are each person. You are the artist, you are the student, and you are the teacher. All right, my loves. Have a beautiful, beautiful Monday. Take it easy out there. And I would love to extend my offer to you. I'm offering a 30-minute complimentary calls. You can book that at my website at soylamedicina.com. I'll have the link here. And in that call, we'll be able to talk about whatever is whatever you're needing at the time, and we'll see how we can navigate from there. All right, my beautiful friends, until the next time, de mi corazón hasta la tuya, from my heart to yours. Ciao. Thank you for watching your daily reading here at Soy la Medicina. Miracles within us. May you have a beautiful rest of your day. Remember to be kind, to use your words in a way that is going to help elevate you. All right, until the next time, from my heart to yours, de mi corazón hasta la tuya. Ciao.